By a drunk driver and needs some legal direction. Of course, we're back with the Law and You. Attorneys Greg Fellerman and Ed Ceramboli are here. Guys, thanks for being here today.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
We wouldn't be anywhere else.
Get to our question. I know this is your time of the day. You just come to hang out a little bit, that's all.
We love it.
Legal advice time, and here's our question. It is from Sammy in Dunmore. Sammy says, I was walking and hit by a drunk driver. I have pretty bad injuries, and the driver insurance company keeps calling. My family says I should get a lawyer. Do I really need one? It seems pretty clear that it says you wasn't at fault, but that doesn't make sense. So I'm guessing that she was not at fault. So now, with that said, it seems to me like the easy answer here is yes.
Sammy, you definitely need a lawyer. I mean, very simply, the insurance company is not your friend. Their job is to settle this claim, your claim, for as quickly as possible for as little as possible. That's what they're in the business to do. Your rights are going to be affected if you don't have a lawyer, because what you need to do, especially with bad injuries, and I don't know the extent of them, you haven't told us, but you're going to need medical documentation outlining those injuries. You're going to need to know how those injuries are affecting your ability to work, whether you're going to need future medical treatments, and then how they're affecting your activities of daily living. All of these things are going to be compensable in a case like this, not only from the guy who hit you, but if he doesn't have enough insurance, ultimately your own insurance company as well. So don't delay on this. Pick up a phone and call a lawyer on this.
And even though liability seems very clear, and again, if they even say, hey, we're going to come up and you're going to sign a release and they're going to write you a check, you could be compromising your rights for additional insurances that could be out there or any additional claims by signing a release. We've seen this many times. Insurance companies show up very quickly, check in hand, release in hand, and then people come to talk to us about, hey, what can I do about my case? I did sign a release. Case is over. So you never want to sign a release without having an attorney to help you through the process, because once you sign a release, your cases are over.
And good advice. And I think when people get into these situations for the first time, they're not sure where to turn. They might need some direction, advice, or consultation. And if they'd like to call you guys, how can they do that?
They should pick up the phone and call us at 570-714-HURT or see us on the web at 714hurt.com.
And all the consultations are free and confidential. So, just pick up the phone and call. We'll sit down with you and we'll tell you, in very short order whether you have a case or not.
All right, good advice. Attorneys Greg Fellerman and Ed Ceramboli. Guys, thanks so much.
Take care.
Pleasure.
And don't forget, you could submit a question to the Law and You. It's pretty easy. Just hit us up on pahomepage.com or, of course, the Law and You hotline.